From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Balatro is a card game that was released in 2024 by Local Thunk, which was, as you should know, nominated for Game of the Year. Balatro is more specifically a roguelike deck building poker game, so it's essentially a luck-based game inside of a luck-based genre that luckily ended up being really good. It's diet poker, no actual money is involved, so you don't feel the thrill of winning big or losing your house or your wife leaving you and taking the kids because nigga you have a problem. But you sure do feel Lady Luck's presence, and no, she's not blessing you. She's doing some other things back there. That being said, I am insanely addicted to this. No, nigga, not the pegging, I mean Balatro. This game is crazily addictive, so do not download this game on mobile. It will consume you whole. Trust me. Money! I would know. Now you're probably wondering, what is the goal of Balatro? You understand that it's poker, but what's all this other bullshit going on? Don't worry, I'm here to make sense of the madness for you. Essentially, the goal is to find poker hands with the cards you're dealt to reach a specific score. The blind, it's called. You do that a few times, you hit the score they want you to reach, and then you win. See, it's an easy concept. For now. You see, once you keep winning, the blind you'll have to reach will get higher and higher and higher and higher. Billions, trillions even. It gets ridiculous. There is zero chance you'll reach those type of scores without a little bit of help. Assistance in this game can come in many forms, but first, we'll start with something you can't play poker without, and that's a deck of cards. If it's your first time playing Balatro, you'll only start with 5 decks out of 15, and each of them will have perks that will give you a certain edge. You can unlock more decks by winning a run with each starter deck and winning a run on a higher difficulty. Most of them are pretty decent, great even. Most of them.
That shit is fucking trash, dog.
These decks can range from your cards being completely random to starting with $10 extra to not even having any face cards. If you have an idea on what kind of deck you want to build, you could go with a specific one, or if you don't know, just go with one that'll generally help the run, unlike this one. No, seriously, does anyone legitimately pick this dog shit deck? Now, decks can only get us so far. Yeah, it'll help a lot in certain situations, but will it win you a run? Maybe. But let's move on to something more substantial, like hands. Once you select a blind, you'll be thrown onto the betting table and play a little 8-card poker. I know for some, poker can be a little intimidating if you don't know what you're doing or don't know what certain hands are. Luckily for you, if you go into the run info, the game lets you know what hands you're able to play and how high they'll score for. Okay fellas, it's time for a little bit of math. On the baseline, the amount of points you score depends on how many chips and multipliers you rack up per hand. Each hand type has a base amount of chips and multipliers, along with additional chips on top of that depending on the cards you use for said hand. Once you play a hand, it'll add up your chips, multiply them, and you get your score. How many times you're able to do this depends on your hand counter right here. Don't see anything you can use? Not to worry. You can use your discards to get rid of up to 5 cards and just hope and pray you get something you want. I want to say maybe 68% of the time you don't, but that other 32% is just high enough to keep trying until you don't have any more discards and you inevitably lose your run.
Man, shut your bitch ass up. Nigga, I'm about to ask you a bitch ass thing.
While some poker hands are naturally stronger than others, in this game, a pair could have the potential to be as strong, if not stronger, than a royal flush. How is that even possible? Well, let me introduce you to planet cards. Planet cards are able to turn the weakest, useless, unfavored hands in your run into hands that you'll have to spam religiously in order to win at all. They are usually found in the shop, but we'll get to that in a bit. Planet cards go from Mercury all the way to Pluto, with each planet representing a specific hand. Depending on which hand you want to improve, it'll level it up by 1, increasing the amount of chips and multipliers of that hand by a certain amount. This can virtually be done an infinite amount of times, so many times it could eventually turn that coughing baby into a hydrogen bomb. Leveling up your poker hands is incredibly helpful, but still not enough to make us winners, so what's next? You know when you buy a new pack of cards and you see that random ass Joker card nobody ever uses? Well, in Balatro, they finally put it to good use. And you know what? I'll go ahead and introduce you to the shop while we're here. Once you complete a round, you'll earn a bit of money. It could be more or less based on your performance, but either way, the money gotta be spent if you wanna win. It'll then toss you into the shop where you can buy a whole lot of different things as long as you got the scratch for it. Planet cards, tarot cards, card packs, and vouchers. But the main thing we're focusing on right now are jokers. Jokers are the actual life force of any Balatro run. Without them, say goodbye to any chance of succeeding. There's 150 Joker cards that have their own unique abilities, and you'd keep the ones you purchase up top. They can add chips, add multipliers, multiply those multipliers, make you money, spawn cards from thin air, make hands easier to find, increase probability, be completely useless, put you in credit card debt, and a whole lot more. Quite a bit of these even have synergy with one another to really bring out its full potential. One Joker could be the difference between hundreds and millions. They come in different ranks: common, uncommon, and rare. Do not let these ranks fool you though. While there are powerful uncommon and rare cards, some are just a complete waste of space. There will be times where you'll be presented with nothing but mid. But Balatro isn't about getting lucky. It's about playing with the cards you're dealt and making it work. It's really a game about survival. It throws your 3-year-old ass in the pool, tells you to swim, and then leaves you to your own devices. But wait a minute, what if we could actually change the cards we're dealt? Well, we can. Let me introduce you to tarot cards and card packs. As aforementioned, these can be found in the shop. Tarot cards are magical lifesavers. I neglected them for a while because I was a short-sighted fool, but now I understand their power. These puppies can for real change your fate. Tarots are mainly able to change the properties of your playing cards. Don't quite have enough of a suit for a flush? Not to worry, throw this shit on, and now you magically have enough. Want to get rid of some cards in your deck? Well, simply delete them from existence. Or on the other hand, you can rank them up by 1, or on the other hand, if both options aren't to your liking, you can simply enhance them. There's 8 different types of enhancements you can add to your playing cards. There's bonus cards, multi-cards, wild cards, glass cards, steel cards, stone cards, gold cards, and lucky cards. The glass enhancement is my personal favorite, as it multiplies your multiplier by 2 when it's played. Imagine a whole deck of glass. I'd be legit unstoppable. However, it has a 1 in 4 chance to shatter and never be used again. And that's fine. I'm here to be a high roller, big baller, so I'm willing to take that small risk. I also really enjoy the lucky enhancement, which has a 1 in 5 chance to add 20 to my multiplier and a 1 in 15 chance to give me $20. But honestly, having any of these is pretty good. I don't get too attached to my playing cards anyway, since I can just buy some more through card packs. Card packs are how I mainly find playing cards, tarot cards, planet cards, and another type of card I'll get into later. I mainly buy them through here since, apparently, I only have a 14% chance to find anything else but jokers. But these will give me a 100% guarantee. Not a guarantee to find anything good, but, you know, I'd find something. And playing cards can't be purchased directly from the shop anyway, unless you bought the voucher that allows it. Oh yeah, vouchers. Vouchers are basically permanent bonuses you purchase from the shop. And once you first buy a voucher, there's a chance the upgraded version can show up for double the price. If you see a worthwhile voucher, buy that shit. And no, this is not a request. If you want to build a deck around a specific type of card, tarots and packs will surely get you there. But wait, my good friend, there's more. Jesus. I'm telling you, man, this game's mechanics run a little deep. Yup, that's right. You can add even more shit to your cards. The shit being seals and additions. Now, seals are a little easier to come by than additions, but not as common as enhancements. And before you even ask, yes, you can have enhancements, seals, and additions all on one playing card. Honestly, seals don't get me as hype as the others, but they're still gas. There's 4 types. Playing a gold seal will earn you $3 when played. A red seal will re-trigger cards along with any effects that come with them. A blue seal, so I don't really like this one. So yeah, mods.
Crush your skull, thank you.
And the purple one will create a random tarot card anytime it's discarded. Now, this is all fine and dandy. I'm cool with seals. Seals are my friends, and they should be yours too. But additions, that's my nigga right there. That's the homie. I want to say additions are just enhancements on roids, but no, actually that's pretty accurate. The difference with additions is that they can both be on playing cards and on jokers. Foil adds 50 chips, holographic gives 10 multipliers, and polychrome gives a times 1.5 multiplier. But there's one more that can only be used on jokers, and that's the negative addition. In the middle of a game of Balatro, you might find yourself using all 5 joker slots. Depending on the jokers you have, it could be satisfactory, but what if we could be better? What if we could add a joker, maybe another, and maybe even another? That's where the negative additions come in. Or that shitty black deck, I guess, whatever. A joker card that's negative adds an additional joker slot. I don't think you niggas understand how much this really changes the game. But honestly, any of these additions on a joker is a blessing. And you'll need as many blessings as you can get, cause no matter how well you think you're doing, no matter how unstoppable you feel, the game will find a way to stop you. Now that we're familiar with how to play and our tools for success, let's get into the blinds and the boss blinds. When a run starts, you'll be presented with 3 blinds. Once you get through all 3, this ante counter will go up and you start the whole process over. Again, the more you go, the higher the blind will be. But something I forgot to mention previously is that you can just completely skip the small and big blind. Yeah, you can just completely skip parts of this game and even get rewarded for it. Under the blind amount, you'll see a little square box that details what you'll be granted if you decide to skip. Although, if you skip a blind, you won't be able to go into the shop until you beat the next blind, which, if you're a greedy little skipper, it'll probably be the boss blind. Now, boss blinds are kinda tricky. They're either calm and manageable, or some stupid goddamn nonsense that'll probably be the reason your run will end. Oh, and speak of the devil, look who it is, the bane of my existence. This, to me, is the top 5 worst boss blinds you could go up against, and that's the eye. Now, the eye's condition is that you cannot repeat hand types in the round. Now, sometimes it's not that bad, sometimes it's manageable. But when your deck is built around one type of hand, and one type of hand only, this is a run killer. You're done. It's over. Oh, and here comes another blind, the Psychic. Now, the Psychic is super chill. It only asks you to play 5 cards, not 4, not 3, you have to play 5. Incredibly doable and super easy. Too bad I'm mentally handicapped and can't read. All it asks is to play 5 cards, and what do? I don't do that. The Psychic isn't hard because I have to play 5 cards. The Psychic is hard because I can't pay attention. So essentially, boss blinds are the roadblocks of your run. It sets certain conditions for you and you have to work around that. If you know that the boss blind will absolutely demolish you, you can either prepare accordingly or find a way to re-roll the boss blind to maybe get something a little more manageable. If you can't, tough shit. Pack it up and go home. But with everything that I talked to you about today, you should be alright. Oh shit, my bad. Okay, I did not talk about spectral cards. Just think of tarot cards, but like they're juiced up. Balatro is a surprisingly fun game. Not saying I was expecting this to be bad, but I'm just not typically into games like this. But since it was nominated for Game of the Year, I just had to check it out. What really drew me in was its style. Everything just felt so smooth, cool, and relaxed. I don't know, this game just really puts me at ease. Despite my taste in games, I don't always need to be crazy stimulated. Something like this after a long day will probably piss me off actually, but I could probably just vibe in the main menu. If you're wanting to play this game for yourself, it's currently $15 on Steam, $12.74 on Xbox, $12 on PlayStation, and $10 on both iOS and Android. Balatro is genuinely one of my favorite games right now. It's kinda hard to get off it sometimes, but remember, what I say does not do this game justice. Pick a deck, play some poker, and do the whole thing over. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like. And if you like me, I'd recommend subscribing. And if you really like me, you should follow my second channel. Thank you, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.